Hey there, I'm sure you've had this question a lot, but for overweight people, as well as counting calories, is it better to lift weights or cardio? I think it's not a matter of better. I think it's a matter of when. It's a matter of progression, I guess I would say. I think that if you're trying to just like get started, what I usually do with people who are looking for weight loss to get started, I get them started on cardio, and just moving, going for walks, going for bike rides, going for swims. Just get moving is the main priority when you first start on your fat loss journey. And then also, I'm glad to hear that you're managing your calories too, because fat is just calories. It's just energy that's stored in your body. When you eat more energy than what your body burns, the extra energy gets stored as fat. So if you want to burn fat, you need to eat less calories than what your body burns. So managing what goes into your body is key. So counting those calories. Also make sure that you're mindful of your protein intake as well, because protein is both a source of energy as well as a building block for your muscles. Now here's the thing, this is why I say it's a matter of progression. You can make a lot of progress initially in your fat loss journey by just doing cardio and managing your calories. I've seen people lose like 15 to 20 pounds in the first 2 to 3 months of their fitness journey. Eventually though, if you keep doing the same thing, you're gonna reach a point where it plateaus and your progress stops, okay? And the reason is because your body adapts. When you are in a catabolic state, when you are eating fewer calories than what you're taking in, your body breaks down tissue to supply itself with that energy. So it's not just gonna burn fat, it's also gonna break down your muscle tissue. And muscle tissue is one of the main drivers of your metabolism. So the longer you're on a fat loss journey and you're doing the same thing, your metabolism is going to slow down. It's going to adapt to the amount of calories that you're eating and to the amount of activity or cardio that you're doing. So, I do think that resistance training is another very crucial piece of sustainable fat loss. You can wait until you hit that plateau to start doing resistance training, or you can help prevent your body from hitting a plateau by doing resistance training early on. That's what I would suggest. But I know that getting into a fitness journey, initially there's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot of changes that you got to make in your life, So I totally understand with people who are like, I don't have the spoons. I don't have the mind space to add in to think about resistance training. And also resistance training is, you got to learn a lot, So you listen to your body, and if it's too much for your brain to add in resistance training on top of all the other changes that you're making right now, then you're probably going to be fine for 3 months or so. But just keep in mind that eventually you're gonna need to add in resistance training if you want to keep your fat loss going and you wanna hold on to the progress that you've made. A lot of times people will go on these short-term fat loss phases where they'll they'll diet and they'll do lots of cardio and they'll burn a lot of fat, and then they'll go off the diet, they'll go off the training, and then everything will come back, or you'll get even heavier than where you started. So if you want it to stay and you want it to keep going as well, you want it to be sustainable, eventually you're going to have to add in some resistance training. And you can do resistance training with no equipment, minimal equipment, with just bands. You can use weights. I think that weights are the best. I love weights, but you don't necessarily need to use weights to get started building muscle when you're just starting out, when you're new to it. But just keep it in the back of your mind. Eventually it's something that you will need to do. But if it's too much to add right now, then don't sweat it. Just focus on getting moving every day. Get your body burning calories. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more trainer tips and exercise tutorials.